When she tells you she's on her period and she's having stomach aches, back pain, instead of just saying, oh, that sucks, here's what we're going to do instead. We're going to do a full low back and stomach massage. I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it, so just follow along with this video. Fair warning, if you do learn this, you might have to be doing it once a month for the rest of your life. So here we go. Massage is like a natural drug for your body, like Tylenol, ibuprofen. We're not having to take anything, but we're literally healing the body just with our touch. So it's pretty important. I like to make sure that I am warming up the area just with a hot towel. It's super simple. And I will use oil and just spread that around, and I like to use my fists or my forearms when I'm working. I do use my hands sometimes, but in general I do try to use mostly fists and forearms just to save any kind of pain that comes from it. And this will make it so you're not just massaging for 3 seconds and being like, I'm tired, let's move on, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to show you this flow so you're actually interested in what you're doing, and it kind of just makes the time fly by. So I just warmed up the back by using both fists. All of these motions are going to be slow and steady. I like to repeat a lot of my techniques. I just like to go very slow. It's almost like hypnotic for the client or whoever you're working on. Now for more targeted work, I'm going down the left side of the low back, just one fist following the other. It's super simple. You want to make sure you're not going over any bone here, and you kind of want to follow the curve of the low back here and how it goes down. Do not put a ton of pressure on the outsides, like right where the hips are. That love handle area is just more sensitive, so I like to use a little bit lighter pressure the farther I get out to the outsides of the body. Moving right along, I'm scooping the low back into my hands. This honestly feels so good, and I like to put a good amount of pressure in the tips of my fingers just to feel like it's getting a really good scoop motion. And the difference in pressure that this gives is honestly, it just makes you feel like you're floating a little bit. They will not be expecting that one, and it feels really good, especially when you're on your cycle. Now, I only opt for an elbow after I've completely warmed up the muscles, so making sure you do at least 2 to 3 techniques before starting this is essential. So I want to go in with my forearm. If you want more pressure, use more of an elbow. If you want less pressure, use more of a forearm. So I'm using this on both sides of the body here. I want you to repeat that as needed. Don't sleep on the elbow technique, and really take your time with this one. You can spend a few minutes even doing this. Just go really slow and steady, and make sure you're not going over the spine. This one you're watching right now is my jam. This one feels so good, and it feels like you're almost separating the muscles from the spine. I want you to meet the muscles right where they connect to the spine and pull down. I don't want you to be going over the spine, obviously not over bone, but just making sure you're pulling all the way down, and do this on both sides. This time we're going in with that lifting technique again, but we're getting it from a different angle. You can really see how it's pulling up on the muscles here, and it is just uber relaxing. So you can also opt for going in with an elbow this way too. This is more targeted work on the lower back, so it's optional. I threw it in there if you're feeling a little extra pizzazz today and you want to add it. Whatever you do to the left side, always make sure you do it to the right side. You want to be symmetrical, and I want you to finish out with using both hands on either side of the spine. This is a pressure relieving technique that will literally have you feel like your spine's just being yanked in half in the best way. You won't realize how much pressure is relieved when you do this until you do this. So just let me know, drop it in the comments how that one made you feel, because I already know you'll love it. You completed the low back, congratulations. Now we're flipping and we're doing a hot towel on the stomach. This is so relaxing for her. Just want to make her comfortable, want to warm things up, get her kind of used to being touched in her stomach area if she isn't really used to that. This is something that can be very intimate and vulnerable with a person. A lot of emotions are stored in the stomach, and sometimes people will cry, sometimes they'll just be angry or laugh. There's a lot of emotion here, so don't be surprised if something comes up. As you can see, I started by working in a clockwise motion, and I made sure to use oil so there wasn't too much friction going on. Clockwise is key. If you go the other way, you're going to stop them up, and we don't want that. So I'm just pulling from one side of the body, and it feels so amazing just to have this kind of like hand over hand technique. It feels really rhythmic, and it's super relaxing. I'm then making my way over to the other side and just doing circular motions while I'm at it. If you haven't gone in a while, this will make you go, so just a heads up. Massage itself pulls you into that parasympathetic mode. It takes you out of the fight or flight, and it gets things going in your body. So especially working the stomach area, it just really turns things on. So this was that perfect transition to get over to that right side and do that same kind of crossbody technique where we're really pulling from that low back and just getting a nice rhythmic massage movement going. You can go all the way down to the hips with this one, just whatever she's comfortable with, whatever she wants. And this whole massage flow is going to also help with any kind of bloating, any kind of stomach pain in general, and it really will just get you feeling right again. So if you haven't gone in a while, or you just need some help, or like want to to work through your emotions, try this out. It doesn't have to be that time of the month. It can be anything. I threw this in there because this is the holy grail of stomach massages, and I feel like it is just not complete if I don't add this. So this is basically a massage that will make you go. I call it the massage detox, but really you're just going to be pushing down and forwards. So we're starting at that left side on the bottom, and think of it as like we're clearing a pipe out. So that bottom left side is where we're starting from, and then we're making our way up while pushing down. You can see it visually. It's confusing to explain it, but just watch the video and follow along like this. You just always want to be making these massage movements going towards that left side on the bottom. We're clearing out the colon, we're getting everything moving and grooving, and we're doing these sweeps to further relax the body and just move everything along that we just broke up. You definitely don't want to be doing those moves if you're pregnant. We don't want to be doing moves like that in general if you're pregnant. Postpartum is okay, but you have to be cleared by your doctor for sure. This one will make her fall in love with you, just saying. This one is so relaxing. If you can just pull down on the stomach here, I like to work my way in like sections, so I'll do like more of it on the outside like you can see here, and then I'll move closer and closer to the belly button with my thumbs. But I really like to hook my fingers into the hips and to the sides. This feels so good, and honestly you can't screw this one up. Like, slow and steady wins the race here. Don't be afraid to use a good amount of pressure here. Just always check in with your partner. Just be like, hey, do you want more or less pressure? Is this okay for you? It's not going to work if they're not comfortable and relaxed. It's honestly going to do the polar opposite. So just make sure they're good. And honestly, don't be afraid if there's any kind of emotions that come up during this. The stomach is one of the things that we protect the most during the day. Like, we're always hunched over. We're always just kind of putting our hands there. A lot of coverage is going on with the stomach in the day-to-day. And this is somewhere that doesn't really get touched or kind of thought about often. So when we really get in there and we work it out for an extended period of time, things might come up. Don't be afraid of it. Hold space for it, lean into it, and drop it in the comments. Let me know what you guys experienced, how this went for you. I'm so excited to hear how it went, and I will see you guys next week.